apologies for that.
That's what I thought.
How did I end up right here with you? After all the things it was in those days. Let's get right. Now that I'm here, baby, show me a good time.
Where has the world gone?
Show me a good, show me a good, show me a good time.
Alright, we get it. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show now. During our little break, B-Wood has some very insulting comments about my prom predicament. Elaborate to the audience what you told me and why I should kill you right now.
What the? Oh yeah, now I remember now. Cause you was standing up on the steps when you took your
Yeah,
prom picture.
yeah, he was talking about my prom picture, you know. By the way, I had a beautiful prom date, you know.
Right.
My date was looking good, and and I ain't gonna get into what her sister is, and who doesn't like one of my guests here today. Get him! Alright, but yeah, I was standing on the stairs, you know. They had to make sure I was looking good, you know.
And in all white. What suit he was wearing? White suit?
Yeah.
It was all
and she was
white.
wearing light blue. Why didn't y'all match? It's
Maybe.
prom.
You know what? Maybe I just didn't want to match, okay? No, actually I did match because I had my vest
Was blue.
was
so
blue.
it did match.
So it did
But you
match.
gonna wear a blue suit?
You know, you want to get at me again? You know.
No, I can't really blame you because I didn't go. You want to know why I didn't go?
Why?
Because a fight broke out, remember?
No, that's not why you didn't go, because you didn't have a date.
No, I did not go because I didn't want to go, okay? Proms are overrated.
He did want to go. For those
Proms
of you,
are overrated.
and there are people out here who do say prom is overrated. For those who think prom is overrated, let us know.
Man, if
All
I
right?
wanted to go to a dance, if I want to go to a dance with a girl, listen to me, I'll just go to the club, man. Why you got to dress up and all that? I don't do
Hey,
dress up.
show the people of America how you be jigging in the club, man.
That's yours.
So,
Come on,
dance
Yeah,
in front of
what?
TV.
you're not in front of TV.
We're in front of the World Wide Web.
Yeah, in front of the World Wide Web. Why would I dance on the front of the
No, we
World
did.
Wide Web? You do it. You did. I dare one of y'all to jig right now.
All right, sit down. Welcome back to the Alf'Dawg Show. We were discussing the top 5 rising teams, and real quick, T-Bone, go over real quick the teams that we said before the break were the 5 rising teams, or he said 3 of them.
All right, taking a recap. Number 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 4, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 3, the Washington Redskins. Number 2, my Cleveland Browns. And number 1, the team to watch this year is, drums please, the top team to watch in the NFL this year, the Detroit Lions.
Whoa!
What? Now,
Not one, but 2 straight losing seasons. In 08, 0-16. In 09, 1-16.
2-14.
2-14.
And then 1-0.
And they ended up.
Optimism.
And they ended up
Optimism.
Honestly, I have to agree with B-Wood. Honestly, for Detroit, after you go 0-16, there's nowhere else to go but up. I mean,
They went up 2 games up.
Yeah, they went up.
That's why
We did better
on
than
the
them.
Top of my list, I'm gonna get into the Detroit Lions right here. The reason why I picked them as a top team in the NFL this year to watch, not the top team in the NFL, sorry about that, is because you saw the development of Matthew Stafford, the former #1
Good.
over
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Stafford. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm tripping.
I still
He went through a rough season. I'll be honest, 13 touchdowns, tied for the league in interceptions with 20. But he was behind a shaky offensive line, and like B Wood said, the injured shoulder. Then he broke his knee, game against the Bears, and was out for the rest of the season. I really liked how he got through with his beating. Of course, you're gonna have to take some growing pains. He took a lot in that first season, and I really like how he did it. He looked like an all-pro sometimes, and at times he looked lost. But you expect that out of
But that's a first
rookie.
round pick rookie. But I like the fact, Elroy, their game against the Browns, where
Of course.
when he came back,
Right, yeah.
he was hurt, and he made himself injured from coming back. But he got the Detroit the win by coming back, showing his heart.
Throwing that 1-yard touchdown pass to Brandon Pettigrew with a dislocated shoulder on his non-throwing arm, of course. So, that shows his toughness.
Your comments about Detroit being the top rising team.
Mr. Harris.
On T-Bones thing. Me personally, I don't think Detroit's gonna be that much better than they were last year. I mean they didn't do much to improve their line, so it's kind of hard to say he's not going to take more beatings this year than he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
They got a few good players on there, you know what I'm saying, on offense, Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
You know
Can't
what I'm
forget
saying?
about him.
Calvin Johnson!
You know what I'm saying? He's
But
really a
Detroit,
freak of nature.
Detroit, they'll win a couple more games, but
I don't see that much more.
I just don't think they're going to improve. Why? Because we all had many rookies back in football, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them in particular that I can remember is Joe Flacco from the Baltimore Ravens, right now a quarterback. I remember in 2008 where he took his Baltimore Ravens team. I mean, he did have support from Ray Lewis, from, who else?
Ray Lewis and that whole defense.
I can't
What was you leading towards on this one?
Is that that the Ravens team defeated not one but two teams to get to the AFC Championship against Pittsburgh. They slipped. They slipped up bad. But this year, yes, they slipped up again. But the point is that Flacco had a supporting team to help him get to those playoffs. Stafford, I don't believe, has a supporting team. He's just a good quarterback who doesn't have a supporting team. Okay, in order to win, in order to get more games and be on that bracket, you have to win more games. You have to have support.
All right, I do like what you're saying right here, but let me get into this some more. I didn't pick the Detroit Lions to be the top team to watch this year just because of number 9. Believe me, and not just because of number 81 as well.
Right.
The moves that they have made this offseason, starting in April, they had the number 2 overall pick. They drafted the freakish defensive tackle out of Nebraska, Ndamukong Suh. They also had another first-round pick. They drafted Javed Best, the electrifying back out of California, with the 30th pick overall. Also, with the free agent signings, this is what really got me. The acquisition of former Tennessee Titan defensive end Kyle Vanden Bosch and Seattle Hawks wide receiver Nate Burleson. I really like these pickups because, one, on defense, you got somebody to complement Ndamukong Suh.
Sure.
They also brought in Corey Williams from the Cleveland Browns. They have Jared DeVry still there at that right defensive end position, being a solid performer every night. So you put in Kyle Vanden Bosch at the left defensive end position, and then that whole defensive line is just freakish. It really is. And then the acquisition with Nate Burleson, I really think that's a guy that averages 60 to 70 catches a year. Take a little bit of pressure off of Calvin Johnson. You can see Calvin Johnson probably rising to that 80 to 90 reception plateau like we wanted to see him back at. You're going to see him over 1,000 yards. I mean, last year wasn't too bad. 67 catches, 936 yards, 7 touchdowns. He really looked good. And sometimes, you saw the double coverages, the triple coverages, things like that, being ambushed by, defenders. And I really think that Nate Burleson can take that pressure off of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Your quick question will be the first thing that's talked about in the next segment, because we are out of. Look, we have 4 people on the show, so there's going to be a lot of insights coming at you. When we come back, I'll dissect a little bit about the Browns. And, I like the Browns. We'll dissect it, and of course the declining team.